we had come down for LifeWork Leadership several years in a row to do some work for LifeWork. And I loved what LifeWork was doing. And my wife loved the beach. And I grew up on Cape Cod. And I was sick of being landlocked in Atlanta.
Sure.
And so I knew that it was God. Knew that it was God telling us something, literally. So we sold the farm and bought a piece of land 1/40th of the size of what we had in Georgia for 3 times the price,
Sure.
and moved the whole family down here to Jacksonville about 2 years ago, and landed on the ground and been just running in the right direction, hopefully, since then.
Man, I absolutely love it. Man, you said so much there that just resonates. You know, and I was out in the world for many years. I say I struggled with alcohol. It really wasn't a struggle. It was just it was a part of a way of life, right? It was just something I was doing, and because of that, it created lots of struggles. So, long story short, I started to come out of that. There was lots of things that I needed to learn how to do.
Yeah.
I needed to learn how to deal with my emotions. I needed to learn how to process things, from a biblical perspective, which I had no idea what that was. And I think, especially today in the modern church, like we think that, okay, we've stuck our hand up on Sunday, that there's just going to be a gang of folks that are going to come beat down our door to help us next on the journey. And I think there should be.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there should be. I've actually said it more recently. I've become more vocal with it. Is the every head bowed and every eye closed. I disagree with that
Thoroughly.
If you are strong in the faith and you are a mentor, a leader, a pastor, or whatever, I think your eyes need to be open and you need to be looking around, because when that hand goes up, we need to be prepared to take that hand and then walk somebody down a journey.
And if we're serious about calling people to faith in Christ, we don't need it to be the kind of thing that's quiet and anonymous, right? Let's be public. If you're going to be baptized in the faith, if you're going to make a public declaration, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's something to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
And it's not something to. I think we kind of set it a tone when we say, especially to new people that are kind of early on, we don't want to embarrass you. No, there's nothing. We want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate with you. That's what I think the tone should be. So anyway, I go out and I find a mini board of directors. I found a guy who's strong in his marriage, a guy who's strong in his finances, a guy who's strong in his faith, and a guy and they didn't even know what they were doing at first.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just attached myself. Like, I'm now your shadow.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even know that we ever really had the conversation other than, hey, can we go have coffee?
Yeah.
I remember we used to use the term in recovery, sponsor.
Yeah.
So when I found my first sponsor, I said, hey, can we go? And he just thought I was, it was just a younger guy that just made some stupid decisions. He didn't realize that I had as much of a problem as I really did until we had coffee.
Yeah.
And it was in the coffee
Yep.
that the real authentic conversation was able to happen.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, I can be your guy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need some things from you.
Awesome.
You're going to need to be in the Word.
Yeah.
We're going to need to talk about the Word.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be honest with me about what's going on right now. Right? Like,
Yeah,
just what you
sure.
just said.
That's it, man.
And it started me down this process and this journey to where now here it is going into year 16 of sobriety. There are people that come to me.
Yeah.
But what I have found, and that's why I love what y'all do in organizations like yours, is because now I am the leader of men. It's more difficult for men to hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Right? And make sure that I'm okay.
Sure.
Because I'm the example.
Yeah.
So I have to be okay all the time. So now my sphere of influence has had to kind of navigate outside of that local group a little bit, to make sure I'm getting what I need so I can be happy and healthy and wise and doing the right things for the right reasons, and then be able to go back and pour into these guys that are newer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love it, because there's different levels to this.
Yep.
Because it's never finished.
No, it's never finished. And as guys, it's very easy for us to get to a place where we've accomplished enough that we think, well, I don't need this anymore.
Sure.
Right. And a mentor of mine many years ago, before I was a believer, kind of gave us the image of firearms. And I wasn't a firearm guy until, a couple of years ago living in Georgia during COVID, but another story. But gave us the illustration of, look, there's a difference between a pistol and a shotgun and a rifle. And the longer the distance you need to cover, the longer the barrel needs to be, because the projectile needs guidance.
Yep.
And a rifle has those spirally riflings on the inside of the barrel so that it spins the bullet so that it can travel a longer distance. And you've got to have people that are going to guide you. If you want to go short distance, have at it all by yourself. But if you want to go the long haul, desperately need the guidance of other people. And it's so hard sometimes to get guys out. We get lulled into kind of a trance of, if it is to be, it's up to me.
Yep.
And we start to get some results in that kind of performance orientation where we pull the lever and we get the check. We pull the lever and we get the bonus. We pull the lever and we get the house. And we really can easily get sucked into the gravitational pull of success.
Yeah.
And think, I don't need that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because it's we're good at doing.
Yeah,
You know,
we're good at solving.
Yeah,
Right?
we're good at doing. We're good at solving. We're good at fixing things.
bet.
We're good at fixing problems.
Yeah.
One thing we're absolutely horrible at is dealing with our own.